Welcome back for the second segment of Getting the Last Looks. In the first segment, Bill was kind enough to tell us, give us three great options to the consumer. We kind of touched base on when we would use those three great lines, and again, the value of getting the last look. So now we want to dive into the second part of this, and that is, what do we say after or when the customer does come back to us and we've earned the last look? Now how are we going to respond, and what are we going to do with that last opportunity to save the sale? So again, Bill, take us through your thoughts on it and how we should handle these customers.
Okay. Well, more times than not, we're going to get hit with the challenge or that objection from the customer when we're doing the follow-up phone call. Because then we have been out to do the complimentary proposal, they have received the bid, they have had time to think about it, shop it, do whatever. So we're going to take it from that point of view. Sales seminars I've been to over the years always close with the gentleman or the woman who's doing the seminar. They make this blanket statement, then they thank you very much and they walk away. They say, it's been great, you guys are beautiful, I want to leave you with one parting shot. Don't ever come off your price. Thank you, good night. And they walk out the door. And it used to frustrate me to no end, and I'd come back to Jim and I'd say, that guy Sam Ullman doesn't know what he's talking about. I mean, he obviously has never been a retail salesman. You got to come off your price, and we would commiserate. Well, it took me 25 years to figure out what those guys mean, and it became glaringly obvious here in the last 6 months. So,
shed some light on that. What have you learned in the last 6 months that you didn't quite understand before?
Okay, what I've learned in the last 6 months is that for 61.5 years, we did everything really, really well, very right, differently than our competitors did. And for the last year and a half, we lost track a little bit. But what we do really well is we are honest, we're absolutely full of integrity, product knowledge, and professionalism. We stand behind everything we say, everything we do, unlike anybody else. And we've always put that forward as what we were selling. And for some reason, we stopped. But over the last few months, we've resurrected that, and we're being rewarded for it by the customers. We're actually hearing people say again as they're leaving, thank you, that was the greatest thing I've ever done. After they're giving us $3,500, hugging salespeople and thanking them.
We did, when the recession kind of hit hard, we kind of lost our way a little bit. We got a little confused. We broke the ranks, and we started selling price. We put up the low price guarantee banners and all those things, and we took it away from the customer feeling that they were at the right place, buying the right product at a fair price, and that they're going to get a quality job. We started focusing all on price, and that's what the customer started to focus on too. And they forgot about what makes S&G S&G. The whole shopping experience, the warranties, the behind-the-scene personnel, everything that we're willing to do for them and earn their business, that all got devalued. So as Bill said, over the last month, 2 months now, where there's been this refocus of what's the value of S&G, what do we do for the consumer that no one else does? And I'm happy to say we're back. Margins are looking good. Like Bill said, customers are embracing it. And it should be a great time and a lot of fun for the salespeople. So with that said, Bill, let's kind of go off on a little tangent. Let's dive back into how we're going to handle the situations. Yeah.
Okay. So bearing in mind we've taken back the high ground, I do my follow-up phone call to Jim Radijak, and I ask him as appointed. I'm calling back on Wednesday, and I said, hey, Jim, this is Bill over at S&G. I just wanted to touch bases with you and see if you've had time to go out and shop like you mentioned you might. Did you find anything?
Bill, actually, my wife and I were talking about it. We hit one other place. We went to, it's called like Carpet One. I don't know if you've heard of them, but my wife saw something that she was a little interested in, and we're not 100% sold on that, and we kind of, we've heard good things about you guys, but we're kind of just undecided. I mean, what do you think?
Well, I'll tell you what. Looking back at our last conversation, looks like we gave you guys the proposal on the Life to Guide creek bed. And if memory serves, when I was chatting with you and Mrs. Radijak, you mentioned that stain resistance was kind of a primary concern.
Yeah, that's true. It still is.
It still is. Okay, good. And the other thing you mentioned, actually, kind of in passing, was last time you had the carpet installed, you'd indicated that you weren't really thrilled with it because when the crew showed up to do the job, you kind of felt like they were detached from the store. There was a lack of communication.
Yeah, that's
Was
true.
that-
You're right. You're right there.
Okay. Okay. Super. Well, having said that, what I want to ask you is the product that the other outfit is showing you, is it by chance anything like the lifetime warranty? Does it have the lifetime stain resistant warranty? Like
You
our
know,
product
Bill,
does?
it was. I think it was called like Smart something like that.
Smart
so the guy
Strand?
said, yeah,
Okay.
That's it.
Okay. That would be the DuPont, the new DuPont product, the Serrano Smart Strand. Okay.
And the salesperson did say that it was very stain resistant and would
Okay.
last forever and everything. But it's so hard to compare apples to apples.
It is. It is. And when you're talking about the product, that Smart Strand product, we actually have that on our floor too. And DuPont offers a lifetime warranty on that, stains, as far as that goes. So DuPont has a stain-resistant warranty. We have ours. But having said that, quality of installation. I can assure you, no matter what gets put in your home, probably the most important thing is how it's going to be put in. Is it going to be installed properly, in the right areas, to the same specifications that you and I have discussed? And I can guarantee you that anything you buy from me is going to be done just like that. Unlike your last experience, where the crew showed up relatively clueless, our guys are going to get out there with the drawings that Rod took in your home. They're going to put it right in the place where you want, paying strict attention to the seams, install it according to all of the regulations of the Carpet and Rug Institute, and backed fully for the lifetime, as long as you're in the home, by S&G. That would be by S&G, not DuPont. We've been here for 61 years. We're the #1 store in the state of California. So I think if anybody can make that claim, it would be me.
Okay, great. Okay, breaking from the little role play action there, what Bill was able to do was, again, establish the size of S&G, establish that he's an expert, go over our extended warranties, tell him that we do have other product that's available, okay? But again, was more selling the value of S&G and that he was here as a trusted advisor and was here to help him out.
So now, in a perfect world, Jim would have said, you know what, Bill, what was I thinking of? I never should have shopped anywhere else. We're going to give you the order. We'll see you tomorrow. Now, that's the perfect world, and I know everybody out there is saying that never happens. Well, it does sometimes, let's be honest. But more times than not, it's going to come right down to the thing he's been avoiding, and he's been afraid to say because he doesn't want to hurt my feelings.
You're a little bit expensive. You're a little bit more money. It's a little bit more money than I want to spend.
You know what? And that is absolutely honest and fair to say, and I can totally appreciate that. But I'll tell you what. Now, back up real quick. We're basing this on the premise that we've quoted this at the A price, okay? Aggressively priced out there on the rack, so you've got this in his hand, so you know you have a little room to move. As a salesperson, you can go down to B or even a C contractor price and still save face. So you ask him candidly, where do we need to be, Mr. Radajak? And at this point, he'll probably tell you. You've broken him down.
Right.
If you need to close a $1,000 gap, you in all likelihood have about $500 you can give and still save face by saying, you know, Mr. Radajak, thank you for being so honest. I really appreciate it. I desperately want to do this job for you, and I think nobody can do it better. If I could get within about $500, would that make you feel better about it?
That would. That would be close enough, and I think my wife would be happy, and your reputation, and we were told to buy from you, so I'm comfortable with that.
I know I can get that by my manager. That's great. When do you guys want to come in?
Exactly. So, again, what Bill was able to do was to hold the value of the product, but give, as we say, a little bit of loving to the consumer. Okay, kind of makes them feel like you went to bat for them, but we haven't devalued who we are or sold short our reputation or devalued the product itself. So just some different training tips for you. Getting last look is hugely important. Now I want all you to go back to your stores. You've watched this. Practice it. Role play it with your other teammates, the floor managers, store managers, and keep working, and we'll keep improving, and we'll become the best staff in the world. Thanks for watching. Take care.